May 27th, 1997. The sky over central Texas turned dark in a way that people still remember. The air grew heavy, the wind twisted, and then the land itself seemed to vanish beneath a storm like no other.
I'm just getting some additional information in. Thank you, Stacy, about that tornado that came in. I'm talking to some tornado spotters that are friends of mine in Oklahoma.
The tornado formed in rural Williamson County, Texas, near the small town of Jarrell. It began as a normal-looking thunderstorm, but within hours, it exploded into a monster, reaching the town itself in the mid-afternoon. This tornado did not travel far, but what it did in that short window was almost unimaginable.
It is on Price Road. I'm here at the party. It is on Price Road on the ground.
Be careful, you're almost there.
Okay, it come across right now at the intersection of Alcock and Price Road. Alcock to Price Road is going to be a little bit north, going into the city at this time.
The storm struck with terrifying precision, focusing its fury on the Double Creek Estates subdivision, a small residential area on the outskirts of Jarrell. In that neighborhood, most of the homes were neatly laid out, connected by quiet streets and trees. The kind of place where tornadoes are expected to cause damage. What happened next was different. The tornado's core drove straight through Double Creek Estates, grinding it into a field of rubble. The destruction then spread outward. Hidden farms, open fields, and scattered country homes along the same narrow, The Jarrell tornado was exceptionally deadly for how small its path was. All of the 27 people killed in the tornado lived in or near the Double Creek Estates area, meaning nearly every home hit in that neighborhood lost at least one resident. Most of the victims were caught inside their homes, hoping they would survive the storm. The tornado struck during the late afternoon, giving people only minutes of warning before the storm hit with full force. Afterward, rescue workers described the scene as one of the worst they had ever seen. No intact houses, no recognizable streets, and families gone without a trace. How strong it was, and how much damage it caused. The tornado was later rated at 5, the strongest rating on the old Fujita scale, with estimated winds over 260 miles per hour. It was only on the ground for a short time, and over a relatively narrow path, about 7 miles long and rarely more than a few hundred yards wide. Yet the damage density was extreme. The storm essentially leveled or obliterated nearly every structure along its main path, leaving behind a surreal, flat moonscape where a neighborhood once stood. The total damage ran into the tens of millions of dollars, but the real cost was counted in lives, in lost memories, and in a town that would never see that part of itself again. It stands as one of the most violent and terrifying tornadoes in modern. The Jarrell tornado of 1997 became infamous, not for how far it traveled, but for how completely it erased a small community in a matter of seconds. Un sinister, y menos a single. Brutal strike that left behind a field of silence, a town in mourning, and a warning that nature's power can be concentrated in the smallest of paths.